Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpacktrader training room for Tuesday, April 26th. Micro Russell and the YM both at session lows. The YM is flat. We'll be looking for a new setup. The Russell is in a short, but that's way too early. So we'll be looking for another setup, a new setup there as well. Crude oil. Full crude contract. Picking up a long setup off the SMA. That's a diamond level setup, but that picked that up at 3 seconds after 9 o'clock, which is our start time. Lots of chances to get into that, so definitely tradable. Avoids the stop and reverse. Finally hits money management and target 1 and stomps out at 99.67. So a one and done session there. Now, if you're not using the SMA trades, then you have a full loss on this short, a stop and reverse on this short, and then the third trade is a solid win, getting targets 2 and 3, since target 1 is less than 10 ticks, which here's the money management at 10 ticks. So that got 15 and 21 for 36. You would have lost 28 on the first trade. And you go from 94 to actually 103 would be the entry because it is a stop and reverse. So you actually do drop a few ticks. But so you're actually going to be a little bit slightly negative on the session this morning. 94 to 103 is 18, and 28 is 40, down 46. So you're going to be down about 12 ticks on the day. If you didn't use the SMA trades there. One and done if you did. Unleaded having similar troubles to the gold level. Crude starts off with this short. Yep, the long is too far for, so we get the trigger into the short. That goes for a full stop. Then we trigger long, stop and reverse to short, stop and reverse back to long, which gets us a partial. Then we get a short that gets us a partial. And trade number 6 is this short. And that gives us a stop and reverse exit that would be at 61. Because of where the 20 SMA was, I pushed that up to 63 because this actually spiked up before you could have reacted. I was actually watching that. Spike was to 61, so I went ahead and pushed it to 63. And ultimately, stops out at 63 to end the session on the 6th trade. And then, of course, trade number 7 is full target and big trailers. So, a little too late there to help us, unless you weren't using the SMA trade. Then you ended up with the second stop out. So you got 2 full stop outs, 1 partial, another stop and reverse, this long was too fast to hit. It was 3 seconds from setup to the close of the first bar closing down, so that was definitely too fast to have gotten involved with. Then we come up with the short stops and reverses at 60, and I would take that at 63. So that is 3, 4. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 4, 5, and then trade number 6 would have been the big mover, and that probably would have gotten you pretty close to positive, if not gotten you ahead. So, and the YM now getting active as markets are open. So initial 2, 4, that went too far. I would say 4 seconds, and then it goes on to hit target. So that I'd say that one was too fast. The short at 20 seconds gives you 3. It gives you plenty of time to get in that one. That one would have given you a one and done session. And sorry, I was looking at crude and unleaded, and that happened. But that's the trade of the morning right there. One and done session on the YM. Second trade also successful. We'll mark that one up. That would have been your morning trade. Pound Aussie had this long setup. If you're right here, from 8:05, 8:30 start time, 8:31 is down here, so definitely get in sync with that trade, and it hits targets 2, 3, and 4 before coming back and stopping out just above target 2. So 2 positions off at target 2, target 1, target 3, 1 at target 4, and 1 on the trail, and a nice one and done session on the Pound Aussie this morning. And the Russell, what do we get here? At 934.20, no seconds, 3 seconds, 5 seconds, and I would say unlikely that trade was tradable. 5 seconds to target 1. Now this trade definitely in that current trade and taking some heat. Definitely challenging the stop there. and stopping out on the micro Russell. So let's take a look at the MNQ. 9:34 start or 8:34 exchange time. So that is in between those bars. Possibly a get in sync on the short. I think I would leave that alone since we're working down at session lows. It pushes through, it fails to get higher and comes back. I would leave it alone coming in at the beginning of our session. 2 and big wick, so that should be plenty of time to get into that one. Coming down, finally getting to enough, getting its 44 ticks to get money break even. Hitting target 2, not quite getting to target 3, and getting a trailer almost to target 1. Pullback with a stop and reverse, or long is a full stop out. We get another short, giving us an entry over here, definitely giving us an entry. Money management and a small trailer. And then long, 1 second, still 1 second, still 1 second, 4 seconds. There's a wick, but it doesn't ever get back. Here's a wick that just barely misses. And that comes, I would definitely wait and make sure that comes through and then before coming back up in that situation. And then so then you get a short setup. It's no seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds to the 4th bar here. And that's the last one that even comes close to the entry. So I would say that one's probably not tradable. And another partial win. Stop out on the trailer. Pull back long. Doesn't do us any good at all. 6 seconds to the entry probably gets you in and gives you a full stop out. And another short, 3 seconds, 3 seconds to bar 2, still 3 seconds at bar 3, 4 seconds at bar 4, still 4 seconds. Yeah, that one's too fast to trade also. And unfortunately, that is your target 3 and 4 and a nice trailer, but I would say not likely you're able to trade that, get into that one. Long is 1 second, 3 seconds, still 3 seconds on bar 3, 4 seconds on bar 4, 5 seconds on bar 5, 9 seconds on bar 6. That one's also likely too fast. move through too fast. And we come to another short. Same second, two bars, 2 seconds on the third bar, 5 seconds to bar 4. That's the last time we hit the entry. And that was another one that's too fast. Micro NQ just moving too fast to trade with this morning, for the most part. A couple of partial wins and a couple of full losses, but other than that, not much doing this morning. Okay, that one's definitely an in and full loss. When you get it goes up and pulls back like that. Oh, 3. Now that one definitely gets in. And there's your target 3 and target 1 on the trail. So, a few winners, a few losers. Mostly too fast to trade. Let's look in on heating oil. (9:30 Eastern start. That bounced the entry and came back for a full stop out. Unknown if that would have been tradable or not. And you have a long, it's 4 seconds to money management, so that one's not tradable. Unfortunate, though it is. 12 seconds, or no, 16 seconds on that one. Most likely tradable. Hits money management and just miss, or actually does it? Let's see. Target 3 is 7026, and we hit target 3 on the nose and a break even on the trailer. 1 tick. So that's a winner. $10 seconds on that bar, so most likely in that. There's your big winner of the morning. And that should get you done for the morning. Back to the Russell. See what that's doing. Okay, we were just coming into this short, I believe. Yeah. And we were about 940. Yeah, we took 11 seconds entry on that, full stop out. This is a break even. Long bar there. Not getting quite enough to get break even. So I would say that definitely gets us in. And we get a break even out of it. Long just touches and comes back. That one's probably avoidable. And the short that looks like it's probably currently in. How fast was this? 5 seconds to bar 2. 7 seconds to bar 3. Bar 4 was slow. Unless you gave you a chance to get in on those first 3 bars, that was it. But successful if you were able to trade it. And that's where we are. Coming up on the 10 a.m. crude session. Micro ES 5-minute chart on Catapult. That's too early. Our start time is this bar, so definitely too far and nothing to do but wait for the next trade. And of course, our trade window closes at 10 o'clock on that mini session. So that's 10 a.m. crude session. We've got until 10 a.m. to get a trade on the micro ES. But most of our charts are already... Oh, wait a minute. We haven't looked at soybeans. Soybeans was back over here. Had a get in sync trade at 88.50. There's our... It looks like we got a filtered trade right at 9:30 that comes available next bar. Too fast to catch. Now, how... Looks to me like the long was not tradable, unfortunately. So our trade would be the short. Plenty of time to get in that. Looks like it touched the stop but didn't close at or above, so it still remains valid. Oh, no. Well, but that was a second close above, so that did cancel the short. Then we come to this short, and we definitely get in that. Target 1. That's going to be a one and done session. So target 1 and just a few ticks on the trailer. Let's see what the full Russell looks like. So start time. Unknown, that's a break even if tradable. That one definitely got in, but then ended up being a full stop out. Actually, no, that's another break even. A third break even if any of them are tradable. That's a full stop, but likely avoidable since it just spiked right to the entry. This is the full Russell, same parameters as the micro. 5, 6, 10 seconds. It just depends on how quickly it came through. But a successful trade. Okay, 5 minutes to 10 a.m. crude session. And we're not going to get unless we get a major moving. The cat lines on the micro ES are just too far apart to cross on this bar and give us a setup on this bar. So that's going to go to 10:30. I'm not going to stick around for the next trade on that. Mark up this trade. That's currently a get in sync possibility for the 10 a.m. session. Short at 68. We'll wait 3+ minutes. Yeah, 3 minutes and 5 seconds to the session. Any questions this morning? Been a bunch of quick mornings. Troy had a power outage yesterday morning. It caused his internet to drop, is why the session ended abruptly. Two minutes. So the micro ES, the Russell, and the YM, so all showing us session lows. Crude back down just below the $100 a barrel level and right around the moving averages at the moment. touching money management, so that trade is off the table, and stopping out at the 1 tick break even, so that trade is off the table with 1 minute and 15 seconds to go. And 20 seconds to go. All right, in the 10 a.m. crude session, full crude with no trade yet. Micro in to a get in sync long, and money management on the micro. But no targets yet on the micro. And there's target 1. Full crude still with no trade. Here's the micro trade I was talking about. So target 1 achieved. That's going to be a one and done session on the micro. Target 1 is our primary target. So having hit that, whatever happens in the trade, this will be a one and done session on the micro. Stop at 99.84, pushing just through the $100 level and pulling back. We'll see if it can maintain. It's peaked above the $100 level a couple of times this morning. And there it's target 2 on the micro. Look back at the full contract. Still nothing on the full contract, although we've got pink bars there. And we certainly didn't get close enough to get anything off of any of the moving averages. So nothing coming right there. And it was a down close anyway. And stopping out on the micro. I don't want to do that. Just up above target 1. So actually two fixed targets on the micro for a one and done session. No trades yet on the full crude. Catapult ES is a 5-minute chart, or at least the one that I have up. Yeah, it's 5-minute. But the 8:35 mini session closed at 10 o'clock. So now we wait for the 9:30 to 10:30 Central Time set mini session. Central Time is the exchange time for the ES. And there is our first trade. That's an SMA trade at $100.21. Okay. Yep. Okay, I was going to go ahead and trade that on screen, but let me go. Well, actually, it's going to give me a chance to. There are my fixed targets. And of course, this is in sim mode. We can make that bigger so everybody can see it. And with that large, I will go ahead and put the chart trader up. All right, that's a stop and reverse at 09. Ooh, don't see a real good place to move it. And stopping and reversing to short at 09. Session high is only $100.44. And looks like that was set right around the open, or right around market open this morning. Then it looks like over $1 pullback, getting down below 99.30, and now working its way back up. And our entry at 09 came from the the plotted entry at 12, 2-tick stop and reverse adjustment brings us to 10. And of course, we key level that to 09. And now we're taking heat on that. But it's going to come back close to the entry here. Is it going to be able to push down through the 20 SMA? It did to get us in. Now let's see if it can continue. And it's going to have to push down through the 50 for a target as well. It's looking like it's probably going to be a stop out. Pushed a couple of ticks higher than the prior swing high. It looks like, and there is a new long at 31, so that is a stop and reverse at 33. So far, we're still in the short, and the stop and reverse is canceled. Second close below for two reasons. Second close below the balance line, and it also closed on the stop. So the stop and reverse goes away. I think I would keep my stop up at 30, push my stop back to 36 now, since we've got a spike to 34. And testing the 50 now. We got a couple of strong closes below the 20, but the 50 seems to be holding. Poked through a couple of ticks, but still closed above the 50, and now trying again. 50 still holding. Money management at 98. So we've got the 50 and the $100 level both between the market and our target. And there's target. And looks like it touched target 2 but didn't fill. Of course, this is in sim, and there's the fill on target 2. So we get 21 to 09. That's 12 ticks, down 24. And we get targets of 13 and 22 for 35 ticks. And we have a net of $100 positive, so 2 and done session. And that's a wrap on the 10 a.m. crude session. And now becoming a very strong trailer. See what micro looks like. Yeah, it's almost a shame we got, because we got the same trade sequence other than that get in sync long. Get in sync long got us a POQ on the first trade, but that would be a very nice, if you were trailing, that would be a nice trailer. Questions or comments this morning? That pretty well wraps things up. Market has gotten to where it's getting through the charts in 30 to 45 minutes. Hey, you're quite welcome, Pamela. Anybody have questions? I'll be glad to take a look at things. Market's taking a definite strong downturn this morning. All right. I don't see any questions. You're quite welcome as well, Steve. So I'm going to call it a morning. Troy will be in tomorrow with the regular Wednesday morning session and the crude oil inventory report. So we'll see everybody in the room tomorrow. Have a good one.